Here we have the preheater from Mechanic. This is the heat kit. This is basically a preheating platform for iPhone boards. This one in particular is slightly different to other preheaters on the market. It has many different features. It also allows you to have a built-in memory, so you can set presets, which is quite handy. And also you can change the modules on it to different model iPhones. This is going to be an honest review. I'm going to do some testing on it and see if it's any good. And hopefully it helps someone out who's thinking of buying this item. I purchased this item for £140, that's UK pounds. It isn't that cheap, but it's not that bad price considering it does all the models of iPhones. Yeah, that don't sound too good. Sounds like something's loose inside there. There's definitely something rattling around in there. Yeah, not a good start. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. Right, here's a quick rundown of what's in the box. These are the modules. Here we have the camera module, and this does every iPhone, I think. Yep. And here we have the 13 series plate. This does all the 13 series. And the 12 series. And we also have the X, XS and the 11 series. This one does CPU, NAND, that looks like a camera and a dot projector. And finally we have the universal heat plate. Over here we have the stencils, these also come with it. This does every model, I think. Yeah, and that's what's in the box. I'm just going to take this apart quickly. We don't really want to turn it on with something loose inside, just in case it shorts something out. I'll quickly skip through this so it don't take too long. Found the culprit. Looks like it's come off down here in the corner. Right, finally got it put back together. I can now go ahead and power it on so I can carry on with testing. Not a good start if I'm honest. The power cord is one of these foreign ones, so I will have to use an adapter here in the UK. Really stiff trying to get that in. And you have your on and off switch here. So yeah, I'll go ahead with testing now. Right, I've had a little play around with it so I can familiarise myself with the buttons and that. And they are pretty simple controls and it's pretty easy to get used to. I'll quickly go through them with you and give you a run through the interface and that sort of thing. And also I found a problem with it already, so yeah, I'll run through that quickly before I start. I'll just zoom in here so you can get a better view. It's a pretty simple interface. There's 4 buttons on the side here, plus, minus, memory and set. And you have a wheel here, which is your set menu. That's this button down here. And you have adhesion, layered, fit, passive printing, and soldering. And when you set adhesion, it'll set the preset for 100. And then layered will be 120, fit will be 140, 160, and then finally 180. If you press the memory button, this controls the inner circle. On the inner circle you have 3 memory settings. These memory settings can be adjusted, and then if you hold the memory button it stores the preset. So this will be stored into the memory. This can also be done for the set menu. So if you go soldering, you can adjust that. And then if you hold the set button, just wait 3 times for it to flash. And that setting's set now into the memory. The plus button up here doubles up as the on button. And the minus button doubles up as the off button. So if you long press the plus button, it'll turn it on. And the same applies to the minus button. If you long press the minus button, it turns it off. And if you single press, it adjusts the temperatures. Yeah, if I'm honest, it's a real shame it hasn't got its own dedicated on button. But that's the way it's set up. Right, I'm now going to show you what I found, which is a major issue. And be honest, it's really bad. Right, here's the memory. I'm going to set memory 3 as 153. So that's set memory 3 as 153. Now I'm going to jump back to memory 3. Let's jump back to 150. Right, I'm going to set the preset at 183. Set. That's flash 3 times. So that should be set at 183. Now I'm going to scroll across the wheel. Let's jump back to 180. It's not storing any of the memory at all. I've tried everything. So that feature does not work. I'm not sure if I've got a faulty unit maybe, or I don't know. But if it does come like this, it's a major letdown because that was one of the main selling points of this station. So yeah, really disappointed with this. I was hoping you'd be able to store your presets and set it all up, and then be able to even turn the machine off and then turn it back on, and away you go. But yeah, major letdown, I think. It's a shame you just can't, just go to the power plug, turn it off, and then turn it back on, and then just set it up, but it's already set up for you. Yeah, just a real shame, really. But I'm not sure if this is just my unit or it's a thing with all of them. I'm not sure. Right, I'm going to do a quick temperature test now. I'm going to set the machine for 180. And then I'm going to monitor it under thermal camera. This test is to show how well it heats up. Does it heat up gradually or does it shoot to temperature? And also, when it hits temperature, I want to see does it overshoot it and how well it maintains the temperature. And also, I want to see whether what's showing on the thermal camera is showing on the machine. See how well the thermal couple inside works. It's the last thing you want is showing 180 and it's actually 250. So yeah, that's the reason for this test. So far, it seems like it's pretty much going along with what it says on the machine. So it's going really well so far. I'll switch to this colour, it'll be easier to see it. The white ring is where the temperature is pushing out along the hot plate. Yeah, so far, we're in the hundreds now. 110. Yeah, it's pretty much going along with the machine. I'm really impressed with this. It's pretty spot on. I've had ones in the past where they've been way out and you've had to calibrate them. So yeah, that's the reason for this test. Just want to see how well it maintains the temperature. And also, when it reaches 180, does it hold at 180? So we're at the 150 mark now. And that's, yeah, it's pretty much going along with what it says on the thermal couple on the machine. Pretty impressive this actually. 160. And as you can see, the temperature is now starting to push towards the edge of the plate. Just ignore the one at the bottom. I don't know what's going on with that. It's the one bouncing around. Yeah, right on the edge of the plate. We're in the 180 now, and we reached temperature on the machine. So I want to see if there's any overshoot now. It's at 184 on the camera. And that's pretty much what it says on the machine. Well, I'm going to leave it here for a bit. I obviously want to see if it maintains that temperature. But yeah, I must admit, this is really impressive. For a cheap, cheap preheater, well, relatively cheap, it's holding the heat really well. Yeah, just hold it there for a bit. And also, I want to see how it cools down as well. Yeah, so I think there's pretty much no risk of damaging the board because the temperature is pretty much spot on. Really impressed with this. I'm going to cool it down in a minute. Switch it off. Oh no, I want to test out the fan actually. I'll turn it back on quickly, sorry. Just want to test out the fan, see how it cools down. This has got a built-in fan underneath, so yeah. I think that's how it's able to maintain the temperature so well, because of the built-in fan. Yeah, really impressed with that. Well, I'm going to cool it down normal now. Yeah, spot on that. This is another thing I found with this. It's not the end of the world, but it is annoying. That's the on button, long press, and that's the off button, off press, long press, sorry. And you have to tap it to do the temperature. So say I want to change that to 150, I have to tap that now 29 times. And listen how annoying that beep is. So yeah, this is a really bad point to it. And unfortunately, all the buttons are like that. The minus button, memory and set. And it beeps quite loud. After a while it does get annoying. So yeah, it's just a shame it's set up like that. It didn't have a dedicated on button. Right, I found another issue as well, which is a pretty big one actually. Here's the module that holds the iPhone 11 series, and here's an iPhone 11 board. I'm going to fix it in place by pushing it into the pins. So now that's locked in. Going to fit into the machine, and now you've got to swing these arms around, secure into place. Like so. They need to clip onto the bottom board. As you can see, it rails around. It's not fixed properly because the arms are too high. And it gets worse than that. Here's the iPhone 13 with the 13 module. Fits into the machine. Swing the arm round. Look, completely overshoots where it's meant to be. The arm's too long. Considering this machine was built for the iPhone 13, it's a really bad design. And the same with here, it overshoots the pin where it's meant to be. That's meant to be fixed down there. Completely overhangs it. You can just about clip onto this one here, but unfortunately, because this has to come up, it's going to clash with the top of that arm. So there's absolutely no way possible of securing down the bottom layer of the iPhone 13, which is a really bad design flaw, considering this is designed for the iPhone 13. Well, I found a little workaround to this issue. There's no way of fixing it into this module with the iPhone 13. But I found if you take that out and put the universal plate in, because it's hasn't got like a hollow outcut and it's a lot higher, The arms actually make a good connection with the top of the plate. All three of them. As you can see, like, connects with the top of the plate, which enables you to fix down both sides of the bottom board. But unfortunately, you can only do it one side on the iPhone 13, but it seems secure enough. And the same applies for the iPhone 11. Like before, really bad fixing, it rattles around. You can use this workaround as well, so fit the universal plate. Put the iPhone 11 down. And that makes a really good secure fixing. Unfortunately, you shouldn't have to do that because they're meant to be modules designed for the board, but unfortunately you're going to have to use it like that. Really bad design flaw. Right, I've only tested 2 of them modules, so I'm not sure what the others are like. Right, I'm going to do a quick separation on both boards, but I'm going to skip through this because the video is getting a bit long now. I just want to point out the bad points of this machine, so you can make your own judgment. Right, I'm going to start with the iPhone 13. Yeah, it weren't too bad, but it's a lot harder than it should have been because it wasn't fixed down, it's only fixed down on one side. It's still doable anyway with the normal universal hot plate. But you shouldn't have to do this because you've got modules, but unfortunately it's badly designed. So I'm going to quickly do the 11 and then wrap it up. That was a lot easier with the iPhone 11 because you had a bit more better fixing. So yeah, I definitely recommend using that rather than just having no fixing at all. So it's alright as a workaround. You can see here the fan kicking in now, which is quite good. That's what enables it to keep the temperature so well. So yeah, it's just a shame about the modules really. But yeah, it seems to do a good job at separating the boards. Right, so now I've had a chance to mess around with it, what do I think of it? To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed in it, to be honest with you. Could have been a lot better. The memory function being one of them, that's a major issue. The buzzer, that drives you nuts after a while. And then you had the major issue with the arms, fixing the balls down. It's too high and too long. Major design flaw. Yeah, really disappointed in them. It basically makes all the modules useless. Well, the ones I tried, I only tried 2 of them, but basically you can't fix it down in the module, so you have to use a universal hot plate. Yeah, really disappointing. But as far as heating, it's top notch. Can't fault it in any way. Yeah, I recommend it if you got just want to use it for a hot plate. But for iPhone separation balls, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and thanks so much for watching. Yeah, take care.